Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham.
ॐ नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरि पराशक्ति मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, visitors, viewers, Sarvanyapita Yajamans, Kartas, Srimahans, Mahans, Kotaris, Tanedar, Kayakalpa Yoga participants, Nityananda Yogam participants, Nityananda Hindu University students, Kailasa Hindu University students, Nityananda E-Gurukul students, and Atmalinga Mandala Process participants who are here for receiving Sivadiksha, Samaya Deeksha, and to attend the Atmalinga Mandala Process all over the world in more than 170 campuses in 100 countries, literally all continents and time zones. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Everyone who is sitting in all the campuses and live on Nityananda TV, two-way video conferencing, having Deeksha, Enlightened app, and Hinduism Now TV, Twitter, through every way, I welcome every one of you with my love and respects. let me enter into Sivadiksha. Understand, I'll give you just few important understandings. Just internalize these few important understandings. Our inner software, you call it mind, you call it intelligence, you call it any name you use. In Sanskrit, we use the word mana, chitta, buddhi, ahankara. All these words put together, I call it as inner software. Please understand. The inner software you carry functions based on certain patterns and cognitions and understandings. That inner software can be binding you, torturing you, harassing you, abusing you more and more. If it functions based on wrong content, wrong cognitions, powerless cognitions, abusive cognitions, if that inner software functions based on powerful cognitions, right cognitions, intelligent cognitions, it can liberate you. Understand? The inner software you are carrying, if that software functions on the right programming, powerful cognitions, it can liberate you and make you manifest powers and make you enlightened. If that inner software functions based on wrong cognitions, powerless cognitions, powerless content, understandings, ideas about you, about world, about God, about you, about world, about God, Jiva, you, self, Jagat, world, Ishvara, God. About all these three, the cognitions you have, the cognitions, conclusions you have about life, this all forms the core content for your inner space. If your inner space functions out of powerless thought currents, ideas, cognitions, it can suffocate you, it can torture you, it can destroy you, it can make you powerless, it can do anything. If your inner space starts functioning with a powerful cognitions, right understandings about self, world and God, not only you can become enlightened, you can start manifesting powers. Understand? Sivadiksha is all about shifting the way you function from powerless cognitions to powerful cognitions. That's all. Sivadiksha is the way to shift you from functioning from powerless cognition space to powerful cognition space. Listen carefully. Understand life. Listen carefully and understand life. I will repeat. First, your inner space is like a software which decides how your life will be. That's the first understanding. Second, if the inner space is filled with powerless cognitions, powerless, suffocating, wrong ideas about yourself, about your world, about God, it can be more and more suffocating, making your life difficult. And if you can start building the content of your inner space, powerful, start functioning from powerful cognitions, truths, understandings about you, world, and life, you can become enlightened, manifest powers, and all possibilities. Now listen carefully. The good news I have is your inner space can be beautifully reprogrammed. It can be reprogrammed with powerful cognitions. It can be reprogrammed for enlightenment. It can be reprogrammed to manifest the state, space, powers of ultimate Paramashiva. The great news I have is it is too easy. Understand? It is actually too easy. It is just shift in direction, nothing else. There is no effort. Shift in direction. Shift in the direction you think, you perceive, you understand. Sivadiksha is all about giving you that shift. Shivalinga is all about reminding you constantly that shift and making you start living, manifesting that shift, enjoying, entertaining that shift inside you. Listen carefully. Atmalinga is to remind your Atma is Linga. To give you experience that your Atma is Linga. Linga means the pure form of Paramashiva. The formless form of Paramashiva is Linga. Shivalinga. Listen carefully. Now, I'll give you these basic few understandings. I want all the participants all over the world. I think it is one of the largest program, online program. huge, at least 5-digit number. I want all of you to know two things. One, this whole program, whatever I am talking, will be uploaded. Please watch. And earlier, many Sivadikshas I have conducted. Please watch some of those videos for deeper understandings. Because deeper understanding enlightens you, awakens your Kundalini Shakti, awakens your consciousness. Now, listen to these few great truths first. Paramashiva does the 5 actions: creation, manifestation, srishti, sustenance, maintenance, sthiti in Sanskrit, samhara means rejuvenation, destruction, throbhava means pulling out of delusion, anugraha means liberation, enlightening. I will repeat. Srishti, creation, manifestation, sthiti, maintenance, sustenance, samhara, rejuvenation, throbhava, pulling out of delusion, anugraha, liberating, enlightening. So understand few things. Listen carefully. Paramashiva does this 5 action: creation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion, and liberation. Not only he sits in the cosmos and does all these 5 action, he sits in you also and does all these 5 action constantly in your life. Listen, the first powerful cognition. Paramashiva does all these 5 action, and same Paramashiva not only is sitting in the cosmos and doing this 5 action, he is sitting inside you and doing this 5 action. The core content of your inner space is Paramashivoham. You are Paramashiva. Listen carefully. This truth, you are Paramashiva, is the ultimate truth. Your day-to-day life facts may not immediately match the truth. But if you just sit and start digesting this truth, you will see the day-to-day facts and the ultimate truth both matches. When you realize day-to-day facts, ultimate truth matches, it is called enlightenment. When you realize, wake up, yes, the day-to-day facts and the ultimate truth is matching. That is called enlightenment. Listen carefully. The ultimate truth I am telling you now, you are Paramashiva. And your day-to-day facts immediately don't match. No. There are too many conflicts, confusions. How can I be Paramashiva? But if you sit and understand, if you bring love in your life, love, deep love for everything happening, you will realize two things. Everything is auspicious. Paramashiva, Sada Shiva. Sada means everything. Shiva means auspicious. Understand? Whatever me and the Sangha is going through, in this moment I am uttering this truth. Not only this is truth, this is fact. Nothing falls apart. Everything falls in place. Nothing falls apart. Everything falls in place. Understand this great truth. Have tremendous sympathy, love, compassion for life. It is the atmosphere, ecosystem of love, compassion, sympathy. That is the atmosphere where these higher realities are realized, manifested. The day-to-day fact and highest truth both match. Highest truth only manifests as day-to-day fact, and you will start realizing that. And you will also know how to manifest the day-to-day life as you want, aligned to the highest fact, highest truth. When you start internalizing this truth, I am initiating all of you into. Waiting to get hurt or waiting to feel blessed? Are we interested in waiting to get hurt by life for every small thing? Are waiting to feel blessed for every small thing happening around us? That's it. I tell you, whatever I am going through, Sangha is going through, during all this, I can tell you very clearly, Paramashiva is real. Paramashiva, Parashakti, Kalabhairava are protecting me and the Sangha. Please understand. I can give you the same assurance, commitment, protection through this initiation. As much as you can start living these powerful cognitions, don't worry, you are not expected to be 100% perfect. You are only expected to be total as much as you can. Be total as much as you can. No need to be perfect. No need to worry about perfection. Start with your totality. More and more strength will start happening. Understand? You have 14-inch biceps and you see somebody having 24-inch biceps and you feel, oh, when will I build 24-inch biceps and triceps? Impossible, forget about it. No, then life doesn't work in that way. From 14, you build 15. That 15 brings so much strength, so your weightlifting ability becomes double. That becomes 16. That increases your weightlifting ability to triple. Then that brings 17, and that every inch muscle getting added adds strength and your ability to lift, and then you build. Finally, you achieve what needs to be achieved. Every time you win using a powerful cognition, powerful truth in your life, you gain confidence on Paramashiva. That confidence gives you the ability to build more powerful cognitions. More powerful cognitions brings more confidence on life and enlightenment. Paramashiva, Kalabhairava, and that gives more confidence and more powerful cognitions. That brings more enlightenment, more power manifestation. Understand? Somebody goes to God and asks, God, bless me. Everyone should praise me. Give me the boon. Everyone should praise me and accept me. God said, hey, even I am not accepted by everyone. Why are you asking that? Even I am not praised and accepted by everyone. Don't ask for that. Life will ever be one side people praising you for your contribution. The other side people will be abusing you, attacking you, just because they are feeling deeply anger, violent inside for various reasons. You need to know, are you going to hurt yourself because they are vomiting their pains on you? Are you going to hurt yourself waiting to get hurt by them? No. Or are you going to be very clear and go on contributing to the world what you need to do? Understand, life is for people who decide to go on contributing and do what they need to do. That's it. I am not just talking this truth, I am living this truth and demonstrating. Whatever now I am talking, I am living this truth and demonstrating. There cannot be more testing times. But this is the time to stand tall and show the power of the truth, the power of Paramashiva. All of you understand? Listen to this great truth, whether you immediately cognize or not, understand or not, realize or not. you are Paramashiva. Because all these 5 actions, creation, maintenance, destruction, pulling out of delusion and liberation, all these 5 actions is constantly happening inside you. Unless Paramashiva is inside you, all these 5 actions cannot be happening continuously inside you. All these actions continuously happening inside you proves you are Paramashiva. Paramashiva is inside you. Start cognizing. Start internalizing. Start realizing. Start absorbing this great truth in your life and start implementing. Understand? Start living. Start implementing this great truth. Truth is the only solution for life. I wanted you to know, at any situation in the life, truth is the most powerful strategy for life. The truth is you are Paramashiva. Whether you understand or not, nothing falls apart, everything falls in place. Understand, I am telling you. With all this so much attack, I am surviving, thriving, not just surviving, thriving is just because Paramashiva is protecting me. Kala Bhairava is protecting me. Not because I am legal savvy, I am intelligent or brilliant, I am a high school dropout, I am not even a graduate. I am not a graduate, high school dropout. I am not graduate. I am from a small village, but from Arunachala. From Paramashiva. Understand, I tell you, if I am surviving and thriving, it is just because Paramashiva is protecting me. Kala Bhairava is protecting me. I want the world to know Paramashiva is protecting me. Kala Bhairava is protecting me. I am neither legal savvy nor arrogant or intelligent enough to save myself from all these attacks. I just know I will live integrated to Paramashiva, to my commitment to him, and he is protecting me. Kala Bhairava is protecting me. I really want to tell you all, please listen. Please listen. Listen. I absolutely love you guys. All of you who are here for initiation and Mandala Process, I absolutely love you guys. I am revealing the most sacred truth. Understand? I know Kala Bhairava is protecting me. I am going to live for a long time. But even if this is the last initiation I am going to give, I don't worry. I don't have any problem. I wanted to be integrated to Paramashiva and reveal the truths as it is to all of you. Listen carefully. You are really Paramashiva. Paramashiva is really the source material of you, the core content of you. Start internalizing, start chewing this idea. How can this be the truth? My core content, source material is Paramashiva. In fact, there is so many incompletion, hurting, pain, contradiction. Hey, too much. But I tell you, please start understanding beyond all this, the deepest core, your cells can be produced, sustained, rejuvenated, pulled out of delusion and liberated. This whole thing can happen inside you only if Paramashiva is residing in you. So, if you are alive, Paramashiva is residing in you. Really is residing in you. Just to tell this truth to all of you, Paramashiva is keeping me alive. Understand? The number of assassination attempts, I should have been dead. I don't know how many hundreds of times long before. But neither I am dead nor hurt. Not only alive, surviving, thriving. It is just because I need to tell you this one truth. You are Paramashiva. Start functioning from this core cognition. You will see the shift start happening in your thought current, thinking process. Shift starts happening in your cognition about you, world, and God. I tell you. From 2002, the recorded assassination attempts with evidence and lawfare. How many times? So much of hate speech, atrocity material. Somebody was telling me, Swamiji, there is so much of debate about you in all channels. Please understand, debate is a decent word. If both side equal number of people, equally informed people, equally intelligent people sit and discuss some subject, it is called debate. Only for one side, if 10 people are sitting and abusing, screaming, dumping all the lies, all the negativity, all the abuses, everything, then it is called hate speech, not debate. It is hate speech, not debate. Understand? So much of hate speech, atrocity materials getting generated. and then lawfare. When you generate an atmosphere of extreme negativity, the kind that in US everywhere I see board that everyone hates Raymond. All these shows how they say everyone hates, all that kind of boards. Same way, trying to make the atmosphere everyone hates Nityananda. When you create this kind of a atmosphere using the widespread media campaign, which is too easy in India, because Indian media is the worst corrupt media in the world. When you try to create that kind of a atmosphere using the media, which is too easy, then it is too easy to pressurize the police, state mechanism, everything, and then the lawfare starts. File false cases, faltu FIRs. I have seen so many faltu FIRs without even having a victim, filing a rape case and then arresting me, keeping me in prison for 52 or 53 days, I forgot, and going on calling in the Facebook, in the social media, in the media, in the news channel, in the newspaper, please come, please come, please come. That one officer, I don't know whether Charan Reddy decided or Guru Prasad decided to arrest me. That one officer destroyed the whole credibility of the Karnataka CID. Because you arrest someone in rape charge, no victim, and you beg, oh, we have accused, we want victim, please come, we will give you free, we will give you travel allowance, we will keep your name secret, and we will do what you want, please come, please some of you come. The whole credibility of the Karnataka CID is destroyed by that one decision. The faltu information report is not first information report. And then in 2012 again, I think that time 2 or 3 cases they filed. Some faltu FIRs only, I don't remember. And then again arresting me. Having a big show in front of media, producing me, and all that big drama show. I don't know whether the local SP made the decision that time or who made the decision, I don't know. Again, not only court quashed all those FIRs, it came heavily on the government for misusing government machinery. We have orders, court orders. And again, and I have seen so many faltu FIRs. This cloth, the tiger skin color printed cloth, this is being told as tiger skin. Understand, I have seen all kinds of assassination attempts, lawfare, character assassination attempts, what you can understand and what you can't understand, what you can imagine, what you can't imagine. I feel there are still some responsible journalists who have ethics in India. I don't want to generalize the whole Indian media. There are many responsible the journalists, professional journalists who have ethics. I request all of them, please study the whole material. Study the legal content. I wanted to tell you all, I neither did anything illegal nor did anything immoral. I am not anti-social. I am not anti-national. I am not against any nation, any society. I am not interested in politics. I have actually moved out of the world long before. Long before I have moved out of the world. I am only doing my spiritual work, this initiation, this spiritual initiation. I have nothing to gain from the world. I have not done anything wrong to the world. I am only interested in continuing my spiritual work. So I request the sincere professional journalists who respect the ethics of the journalism, please do little research, both side material. Just listen to what Nityanandita and Tattvapriya need to say. Here I am no way involved in any of this situation. It is family problem. I already told very clearly Tattvapriya and Nityanandita, please go and sort it out. I told very clearly and moved out of the whole thing. I am no way involved. But maybe only if you get Nityananda's name, you get eyeballs. That's the reason my name is being dragged and pulled and abused and attacked. And media itself is telling long before he has moved out of the human society. Actually, the number of people I see physically in my life is less than the number I can count with my fingers. I don't even see human beings. I only see the computers and the screens in which devotees are sitting to receive the initiation. With all these attacks, character assassination, with all these attacks, if I am surviving and thriving, it is just because of only one thing. Paramashiva, Kalabhairava is protecting me. Let this one statement. Kashika Puradinatha Kalabhairava is protecting me, and the Sangha be written in every chapter after each persecution attempt. I also wanted to sincerely thank Meenadas Narayanan and Payal Rohatji. Both of you, thank you for your support. Thank you for standing with the truth. Even during these worst times, thank you for sticking your neck out, knowing that so many are going to attack you. If you stick your neck out for me, you both are sticking your neck out for me. I have nothing else to say. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And especially Ma Payal Rohatji, I have not even met you once. I have not even seen you. I just give my gratitude to you for standing up with the truth and putting your confidence on me. I tell you, I'll prove you supporting me is right. Just to prove all the people who are supporting me are right, I'll prove I am right. Understand? All these attacks, not only they did not they were not able to do anything to me, they were not able to do my inner powerful space. Only my inner powerful space has changed all these attacks, constantly cleared all of it. And I am proving the truth. Paramashiva is real. Kalabhairava is real. If I am still alive, me being alive makes these two statements loud and clear. Paramashiva is real. Kalabhairava is protecting me. Kashiga Puradinada Kalabhairavam Bhaje. Kashiga Puradinada Kalabhairava is protecting me and Sangha. Understand? I give you all the commitment, and I am authorized to give you all that commitment. Paramashiva is real, and he is the core content, source material, source of your being, consciousness. And when you start practicing and living, he himself protects you, makes you manifest all the powers, solves all your problems, makes you live the best life. In the middle of the war, if some truth is told and if that works out, that truth proves its capacity, its ability. It is called time-tested, foolproof. Same way. Bhagavad Gita, that is the greatness of Bhagavad Gita. It was told in the middle of the war, and it has proved its powerfulness by winning the war. Listen. Same way, I am telling you this truth. It's not that I am telling only now. When there was attack on me in 2002 or 3, I told the same truth. I won the game. I won the war. Then when there was attack on me in 2010, I told the same truth and I won the war. And even there is a video records where I am declaring, I am Kalabhairava and I am Mahakali. Anybody, come on, make fun of this statement. Let me play with it. And whoever made fun of that statement, see there and see what happened to them. Now, because we have 7 or 8 years documented evidences, just go and see that video. And after that, whoever made fun of that video, just see them and see now what happened to all of them. Just see the facts. Now I am not even talking anything to hurt your ego. I am just saying I am protected by Kalabhairava. I am protected by Kasiga Puradinada Kalabhairava. That's all. Every time when there is a war, I declare clearly the power of the truth. And every time I win the war. Now I am telling you, again this time, I am going to have the last laugh. And I am already having the last laugh. Be very clear. Paramashiva is protecting me. Kala Bhairava is protecting me. Kashiga Puradinada Kala Bhairava is protecting me. And Sangha. Understand? Listen carefully. If you want to fill rice or something in a vessel and fill maximum, how you use a small stick or spoon to press and then put more and more and more and press and maximum, how you do the tight packing. Same way, crisis is the time to pack yourself with the intense, powerful cognitions. Every time when the crisis comes, it's like a tick, 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 tick with that spoon. So fill more and more powerful cognitions and truths and tightly pack yourself with powerful cognitions. Crisis comes only to train us. All crisis comes only to train us. Look at this in this angle. Of course, just because we are dealing everything with the spiritual eyes, it's not that people who are attacking, abusing, that they are not criminals. They are criminals. They are trying their best, and we have to take all the facts and whatever is being done to us to the international community. We need to tell the world. That is different. First, you need to understand inside how to deal with the whole thing. How to see life. How to manifest life. I am giving you internal strategy for the best life. The ultimate life. Listen. Essence of what I wanted to convey in this first session of initiation is remember you are Paramashiva, and based on this truth inside you, start digesting, building life, powerful cognitions, intelligence, involvement. Start doing all this. I'll teach you in further sessions. I only want to give an introduction to initiation. Please sit straight. Inhale and exhale as deeply as possible and as slowly as possible. I want to start the initiation. Yes, now, please all of you open your eyes. Sit facing me. Now, I'm going to give you the initiation. Mantra Deeksha. Listen carefully. In Hindu tradition, always the Gayatri Mantra was given as the first mantra. So I'm going to give you formally these three mantras. Gayatri Mantra, then Sivadiksha, Samaya, Sivadiksha Mantra, then Mahavagya. I'll explain step by step how to use what to do, everything. Now first listen to the mantras and repeat along with me. Om Bhur Bhuvaha Suvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachotayat. Repeat again. Om Bhur Bhuvaha Suvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yonaha Prachotayat. Listen. Repeat along with me once more. We will be uploading all these mantras. You can download from there and start chanting. Now repeat along with me. Om Bhur Bhuvaswaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yonaha Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvaswaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yona Prachodayat. Now, next mantra. It is Samaya Deeksha, Sivadiksha mantra. This is the most important mantra. Listen, this starts connecting you directly with Kailasa. It's like a passcode for Kailasa, password for Kailasa. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. Repeat along with me. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. 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 Om Am Haum Shivaya Namaha. Om Ham Haum Shivaya Namaha. Now, listen to Mahavagya, third. First Gayatri Mantra, then Samaya Deeksha, Sivadiksha Mantra, then Mahavagya. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Yes, now we will gather back for Mandala Process. Mantra Diksha is done successfully. Purnahuti need to be done in Adi Kailasa Bididi Ashram, Bangalore Adinam. Once the Purnahuti is done, we will start the Mandala Process. So, get ready for the Mandala Process. With this initiation, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhatvaita Saivam, Paramashivoham, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nityanandam, Jnanapatiti Manual, under the guidance of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam. Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadasham Tattvanasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures. No photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions. Please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I've added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing, manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explains what is spa manifestation, raising the frequency, not work. And everything decides as we want. Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real. All that Bhagavan Paramashiva is giving us again and again, the higher cognition, to make us understand that we are new species, kalpatru of our life as reality. Science of our manifestation. Science of our manifestation gives us the cognitive shift from what we understand as logical mind and beyond that exist as consciousness, who we are, the very core of us, Paramashiva, as our reality. It gives us the glimpse and how they did the tapas in those days. Here, Bhagavan gives the most easiest tapas. Bhagavan calls this a tapas. Every day, doing the daily routine of Jnanapada, manifesting the powers, you get a glimpse of Paramashiva is real. The pramanas are the evidences, Shastra Pramana, the eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures as Vedas, the pure science, Agamas as applied science. Apta Pramana, the experience and the results of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, Siddhas, Yoginis, Emperors, Grahasthas, Rudrakanyas, Rudras, all of them were authority of Hinduism manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. Atma Pramana, account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of our manifestation. Bhagavan plays the Leela to showcase how a human can experience the superconscious space and manifest and experience the new species who he is. Shakshi Pramana, the experience of the millions of disciple devotees, followers all around the world, initiated by Bhagavan into the science of our manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully says that he is more present than all of us in the Kailash courtyard, who is manifesting through all of us, all our desire into reality. The auspiciousness, abundance, bliss, healing, and more happens through us when we are in the complete surrender, oneness with Paramashiva. Pratyaksha Pramanam, the scientific study measuring the effect of being in an enlightened state. Bhagavan Paramashiva has beautifully given us in Avatar Shastra how the Balasans, devotee, disciple, and Bhagavan himself has gone through the greater science of how the science is catching up all this greater reality that Paramashiva is real into our brain as prefrontal cortex becoming very active, which is the reason for discoveries and inventions. Let's go to the Shastra Pramana. Shastra Pramana for the power of Sarvanyatva, all-knowingness, is taken from the Sarvanyatma Agama, verse 15, all-knowingness in all its fullness.
Pramana for the power of quantum memory is taken from the Sarvojnanottara Agama, verse 15. Evamegatma bhavena samstitasya tu yoginaha sarvajñatvam pravarteta vikalparahitasya tu. Evamegatma bhavena samstitasya tu yoginaha sarvajñatvam pravarteta vikalparahitasya tu.
Bhagavan Paramashiva beautifully explains, within such a yogi who established himself in absolute non-dual oneness with Lord Shiva and who keeps himself from all sorts of differentiating notions, the exalted supreme power of all-knowing Sarvanyatvam gets unfolded in all its fullness. Bhagavan Paramashiva clearly says how the non-dual oneness happens with Paramashiva when the differentiating notions are kept away. All that Bhagavan beautifully explained, how he went through everything, all the persecutions and all the attempts, murder attempts, and all the hate speech and so much of more which is happening does not disturb him, and how he resides in the non-dual oneness with Paramashiva by deep surrender that Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real. Even through the war, Krishna is not disturbed. Even he knows the Sena is gone, his own Sena is gone the other side. Krishna very well knows that all the best people, warriors, are in the other side. And Duryodhana has the best hands. And here Krishna is left with the lesser yonis and lesser number of fighters and only 5 Pandavas. And all are the disciples of Duryodhana and all the rishis, their own gurus, Bhima, and Bhishma and Drona, and all the greatest warriors are in the other side. Krishna knows that very clearly, and in spite of that, he was in such a restful awareness. Just by the simple things, he won the war. How he bought Shikandi just in front of Bhishma and he just lost the war. And just by the powerless space, Bhagavan says, it can be as small as something, as a very simple things. It's not big thing we give up. It's very easy. But small things we say it's okay and we carry on, and which just pulls us into the delusion. Again and again, restoring ourselves back from there and experiencing the greater oneness, who we are, how Bhagavan manifested even in the war time as the ultimate Kailasa nation, in spite of all that which was happening. When we are continuously in what war, not getting deluded, but understanding Paramashiva is real. How Bhagavan beautifully says how the ghee is available in the butter, butter is available in the buttermilk, and which is available in the milk, but it is not seen. But again and again we say, no, the ghee is available in the milk, we can't see it, but when we process it, we have the pure ghee, which we use for all the ritual happens. The same way Bhagavan says the Paramashiva is the core material, how we are made of, the core, how we exist. The consciousness is the energy, and it is subtler and subtler than the gross what we understand as life. And when we are in the deep oneness, we experience that subtle space, and we know that that is one which makes us even perceive this whole thing. The five senses is alive because Paramashiva is manifested through the five senses. And when Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was asked by Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda, have you seen God? He says, I have seen him more real than you. When Ramana Maharshi was asked, have you seen God? He says, they are more alive than you. Then what does it mean? And Swami Vivekananda was asked, have you seen God? He says so beautifully, only through him I can see you. All this again and again lets us know that Paramashiva is real. He is the one why we are even experiencing in this body also, and how we exist also. Because of the space that we are, a frequency, an energy, and simply we can see the whole reality. How sun rays are constantly there. Even if you close the room, all the doors and everything is still, we know it's a daytime, because of the sun rays is so powerful. The same thing, even if we are in delusion, we know that because of Paramashiva, we are alive and we are experiencing. But if we understand we are Paramashiva consciousness and we are much more than the materialistic body, simply that force pulls us into the ultimate, and we experience the ultimate space as our reality. Just by listening to these truths again and again, we become more and more pure. Beautifully, Bhagavan gives an analogy of how a milkmaid was listening to Bhagavatam, and the owner, where she was delivering the milk, said, you don't understand anything. Why are you going there and coming late? And every day she goes and does the same thing. So the man puts the milk basket under a tap and says, see, if I try to hold water in this basket, it does not hold. It's of no use. Why are you going there if you don't understand anything? And beautifully the milkmaid explains, even the basket is not holding, you should notice one thing, the basket is clean. The more and more, just by listening to all the great truth again and again, Bhagavan says the molecular structure in our very core body starts happening into the subtler and subtler, getting prepared to reflect the Paramashiva as consciousness in our very own self, to make us understand Paramashiva is real. Our own reality starts manifesting how we want, what we want, and all the desire in the outer world also gets fulfilled. And same time, we are not touched by whatever is happening in the outer world. The peaceful space starts manifesting as our reality. And that is what Bhagavan says, that Sarvangyatva simply starts manifesting as the greater reality. How the Siddhas, all these great Siddhas who lived, they not only gave to India, but they traveled into many places. The Pramana for knowing the multiple languages and foreign languages. Bogar was one of the greatest Siddha, where he traveled to China and he was known to give the greatest signs to the Chinese as the Taoism itself that happened, and the yin yang as Shiva and Shakti happened. And there is so many statues in China where they took all these Vedanta from Kashmir and translated into Chinese. All this great truth has been traveling all over the world. The same way, Sri Ramadevar, he was one of the greatest Siddhar who went to the Middle East. He is known as Yaqub, and he rewrote all the Siddha medicine in Arabic, and we have more scriptures of Yaqub than any other Siddhas for the medicinal details. All these great science the Siddhas were able to just download and even go into their own culture, their own religion, and give them the best what they want in their own ways, just for the mere space of everything getting into the humanity. and contributing to humanity. Beautifully, Bhagavan speaks in the Atma Pramana how he translated Sanskrit to Hindi and just by downloading the language.
One more funny thing, it was very successful trying to pick up Hindi through Akashic records. I was able to very successfully. I can say at least 25 sentences I picked up. I just sent the Sanskrit statements. Usually I think in Sanskrit, means there is no individual free will and thinking, but the thinking is realized by my inner space first in Sanskrit, then it gets translated either into English or into Tamil. If I'm doing some administration work, that gets translated into Tamil. If I'm giving satsang, it gets translated into English. So yesterday I tried to send that raw material, that Sanskrit, into this Hindi software, and the statements came out. Kundalini is your possibility, the multiple possibility. After 25 statements, I think I myself got overexcited. So the moment I get overexcited, I fall into Samadhi. The overexcitement leads to too much of completion. You can't have the gap between internal and external. So, the overexcitement. If you discover something new, how you get excited? Like that I started getting excited. So the moment I started getting excited, I saw very clearly the Sanskrit words go inside and come out as a diffused energy. The words are not coming out. It's like the vak, what do you call vocal cord in that area. From the being, the words enter, and by the time it comes out, it just becomes prana. It is no more a word. It is disintegrated to prana. Means gone back to the original source, the original form. So the original form of a letter is mantra. Original form of a language is mantra, the prana space. I know I'm throwing too many mystical details. Even if you don't understand, it's okay. I just wanted all these to be on record. When science evolves to scale spirituality, that time the scientists will discover the meaning of all these words.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained how the word, anything that Bhagavan speaks itself is mantra. And Bhagavan beautifully says how he manifested the power of Sanskrit and he was overexcited, and how he went into the Samadhi and he can just download any language just like that. Beautifully, the Shakshi Pramana, Minerve, today during the kids' class, the power manifestation was downloading languages. Genesis translated the sentence, "We are gods," to French, getting it correctly. And she wrote in the French itself. Of course, the French is not a language that we are familiar with. Thanks to Swamiji for manifesting those beautiful cognition through us. Again and again, the kids are able to download the greater science just like that. If you have not heard a sound before 7 years, they say you cannot repeat it or not even hear it. How is that possible? And we have seen so many of these words. When R is chanted and it's not there in a language, for example, in one of the Chinese languages, they cannot reproduce that sound because they cannot hear it. Because consciously, before 7 years, multiple languages, if you're especially Sanskrit and Tamil, makes you even think enlightenment, Bhagavan says. Just by listening to Sanskrit words, you can become enlightened. We are going here, one side say, beyond thoughts and beyond thinking is enlightenment. And here Bhagavan says, Thinking in Sanskrit is enlightenment. It's so precise, so accurate, so beautiful, aligns your brain to capture the superconscious Paramashiva into your subtle grooves. And because waking up to the subtle grooves just by talking in that language, you get enlightened. The greater science, again and again, Bhagavan is revealing how the enlightenment was a lifestyle and how they existed. Bhagavan says, just by Padmasana, one can experience the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. It was such a pure space how they lived, beyond all the chaos and confusion. And it's not just only now, all the time, in all the ages, the same confusion, chaos was going on. Now let's experience the oneness with Paramashiva and downloading the new language. If you can write few words in a particular language and you can translate into an unknown language. For example, take the word love and Swamiji's love as what you are going to translate. Suppose you don't know German, and just download in German whatever Paramashiva shows and write down that and verify in the Google translation clearly what is it. Same way you can write a sentence in English and try to translate it into the language you have no clue. Or you can get a language translation of some words and then translate it back to English or the known language also. Either way is okay, the translation. But make sure the questions that are asked, what is Swamiji love in German, or what is Swamiji's grace, or all these words in a language which you have never known before. Just by downloading, let's experience oneness with Paramashiva, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva. Write down whatever gets downloaded, and at the end of the cycle, we'll verify with Google Translation. Let's sit straight with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Have a paper and pencil or a pen. You can just, whatever gets downloaded, just note it down. Put away your gadgets for a few minutes. Collectively, all of us sitting and chanting the Mahavakya raises the frequency into Paramashiva is real. Consciousness is real. Completely unclutched from the time dimensions, Bhagavan says, what you understand as past, present, future, if you drop it for a few minutes, and how in the deep sleep, there is no thoughts, no time. Only when you wake up, you know how long you have slept. You have no idea of how long you slept. Because there's no time, we cannot measure. There's no thoughts. That is the very nature. There is no time. Time is a chronological planning that we do for arranging our life, organizing. It's an organizer, but it itself not our life. So the past, present, future is right now. And Bhagavan says you can start traveling to the vertical time zone and going into the next other lokas by experiencing the oneness. The parallel universe synergy trigger happens when you surrender your identities. Your identities is your body and the mind. Wherever you go, you are among that. Like you go to a school, you are a student. You go to a work, you are a worker. You take the identity based on what you see, what you perceive, and then you are in that. If you drop all the identities, you are Paramashiva. Hold only that, unclutch from everything else, that whatever is happening, yes, I understand, but it is not me. How Bhagavan says, in the war, he is delivering everything, the greatest reality, that we are Paramashiva, we are not touched. How the clouds does not touch the sky, even though it is in the sky. How the water does not touch the fishes, and how the animals do not touch the plants by walking on it. So same way, we are not touched by our thoughts or what is happening in our life. We are the body also. We just reside in this body. It's like a car, a vehicle to experience, and it has 5 senses to experience Paramashiva, which is the core content, the very core which we are made of. Experiencing the subtler and subtler, we are a frequency, energy, matter is also energy. Holding that Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real. Again and again, holding that powerful space, sitting as Paramashiva with 25 heads and 75 eyes and 50 hands. So powerful, not out of arrogance, but so powerful that you know you are Paramashiva, you are eternal. and beyond the mind there exists a space who you are as Paramashiva. Hold that powerful space and intensely chant the Mahavakya from your navel center with a deep listening through your third eye. The lower three chakras is for only the detoxing, non-differentiatal notions, all that has to clean up by Haritaki and castor oil, the Panchakriya and the neem juice, and how Bhagavan says the Pondangani, Karaslangani and the Tuduvilai all cleans our body and the parasites which we are not requiring it in our body, and aligns us to Paramashiva consciousness as reality. By detoxing our body, we drop all the differentiating notion, the duality just drops off. And more we sink in Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real. Now, simply by chanting the Mahavakya and entangling with Bhagavan in the oneness space, with a deep listening, manifesting the power of Sarvajñatva. Let's start chanting the Mahavakya.
Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivam.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes.
Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivam.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes.
Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Nityananda.
Beautifully. Whatever has downloaded, please open your eyes and type it in the Google Translator and verify all the details that Paramashiva has shown you. All these great signs, again and again, it's revealed to show that Paramashiva is real. Consciousness is real. And doing the power manifestation, Bhagavan says, pokes hole in our logical thinking, makes us understand that beyond logic, beyond thinking, beyond what we are planning, there exists a life that Paramashiva is manifesting through all of us, in spite of us, our life in such beautiful way. And all we need to do is surrender to that space and simply recognize ourselves that Paramashiva is real. Get soaked into that, disappeared into that, dissolve into that. How we get dissolved into the space of how we go into sleep, dissolve into Kala, the whole dimension of just nothingness. Same way, when you raise in that space, the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, Sahaja Samadhi, simply happens in us, making us experience Paramashiva is real. Mahaperiva Acharya, he of Shankramat, he was a seer. Once when Variyar went, great Variyar, he is a great Muruga devotee, and he went to see him. And that time Mahaperiva was literally going into the Samadhi, and he was not ready to speak to anybody or see anybody. But when Variyar went, he said his devotees to bring a mala and offer it on him. He was such a great devotee of Muruga that he used to pierce the veil in his hand, and whenever he moves his hand, the veil used to poke him to bring him into the listening space. He lived just the ultimate space. Bhagavan beautifully narrates. And he went to Mahaperiva. And Mahaperiva, last meeting with Variyar, he said that he just showed his hand like a flying, and he said like lifting, and nobody understood what he was saying, but he thought, okay, he got blessings that he's going to go to Europe, and he left for Europe. But during when he's coming back from Europe, in the flight itself, exactly on top of a Muruga temple, he left his body. And that is what Mahaperiva saw with his third eye. Mahaperiva is known for seeing so many visions and giving direction to people exactly. And Bhagavan says he has got so many directions from Mahaperiva. All these great siddhas, saints, and all the avatars, simply they can see their life unfold just before them, and they know everything what's going to happen. But in spite of that, they are in such a beautiful space. Everybody asks Bhagavan, you know that all this is going to happen. Aren't you disturbed? Even when happening, we are not able to tolerate, but you know something bad is going to happen and atrocity is going to happen, and still how are you going through it? And you're getting poisoned, your body, and how Kalapirva is protecting you, you're saying. We did not understand. For that, Bhagavan beautifully answers that he said, Kalapirva is protecting me, and he always does the best, and I surrender to him whatever he's doing. The missing links that you guys talk about, he calls it as missing links, is nothing but auspiciousness. When I got the poison in this body, my body became kayakalpa, the ultimate. So understanding that anything, including as bad as something poisoning the body, only leads to the ultimate when you are in ultimate. Bhagavan has demonstrated, played the Leela for all of us to understand whatever we are going through is nothing comparable. But whatever we are going through is only auspiciousness when you recite Paramashiva is real. Let's have one more cycle. Let's have one more cycle of manifesting the power of Sarvajñatva, power of knowing a foreign language. Just write down the statement in English or any language and translate into a language we have no idea before. And let's start chanting the Mahavakya from the navel center deeply, all of us collectively, collective integrity, collective consciousness, manifesting Paramashiva is real. We will become so brilliant in each of us, manifesting all the outer world auspiciousness And in a world, such a peace and beautiful space of oneness happens in our inner space. So let's start chanting for a few more minutes. Put away your gadgets and all of us chant the Mahavakya with a deep listening.
Paramashivam. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita-pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita-pour, let the Om Paramashivam. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivam.
Yes, the last phase, enriching and causing. And go ahead, verify all that Bhagavan Paramashiva has shown you in the Google Translate, highlight it, circle it, and share it in tinyurl.com/power manifestation, which is Kailash Kotyard Manifesting Power Group, or you can share it in your social media, tag it to your friends and families. Enrich again and again. All that we can give back to Paramashiva is gratitude. Nothing but gratitude. Again and again, Paramashiva is real when we start cherishing and sharing that with the people around us. Again and again, living, that is what Bhagavan says, instead of clutching to your outer world, if you clutch to the space, Paramashiva is real. I am Paramashiva, I am drinking water. I am Paramashiva, I am talking. I am Paramashiva, even as word, you will experience the ultimate. Bhagavan beautifully says, instead of clutching to your emotions, all the differentiating notions, ups and downs of your life, if you clutch to the self, Paramashiva, who you are, consciousness, the energy, you will start experiencing the ultimate and sharing that with the world because you're cherishing that space so much and telling the whole world Paramashiva is real, consciousness is real. Simply you become the reality. And if you see the dollar sign at the chat, end of the chat in YouTube, you can click and offer your donation for Bhagavan's Jayanti at Bhagavan's Lotus Feet for Kailasha. Whenever you offer any donation, you are building Kailasha in your inner space. That is why in every community it is temple based and they build the temple. First thing they build is the hundi, where you offer, all of them offer together, and that's how the temple runs. And the whole thing is not what your contribution is, but the space that you're holding, that is the most important, that Paramashiva is real. Whenever we are voting for something, that becomes reality in us. And the highest reality that you can experience beyond the birth and death and all the suffering is Paramashiva. And again, you iterating by all this simple exercise, you are ultimately creating the most auspicious life that you can experience with the inner bells, inner peace, and outer reality of all the auspiciousness and abundance. Such a beautiful space of oneness with Paramashiva. Let's thank Bhagavan. Surrender all this powerful cognition, power manifestation at Bhagavan's lotus feet in deep gratitude. Thanking all of you here, manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, and with the deep earning Paramashiva as the reality in my thought, word, and action, and seeing everyone as Paramashiva, as my reality, as my powerful cognition, ending the session with the powerful cognition. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamudashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanandam. Thank you so much. After the next darshan or satsang will be in Kailash Courtyard manifesting power session. You can join and experience the oneness with Paramashiva. Thank you.